Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 2, and what a lethargic, lacklustre performance that was. That certainly had all eyes on PSG, but you know what? I thought Crystal Palace might have actually had some eyes on Villa, so there's no excuse considering they're actually playing on Saturday. We've got a whole week off. That was poor. I don't think the atmosphere was there tonight. I think the crowd have to look at themselves and the fans have to ask themselves, were we up for that game? Because the players definitely weren't, but we have to sometimes G them up and do our job, and I don't think the fans did that tonight. It was a real dead, flat atmosphere. It was a bit of a dull time at the Emirates. I wouldn't say it was a dull game. There was 4 goals in it. It was probably quite good for the neutral. There were some really good goals in it as well. 2 good goals from Arsenal, and I've got to say 2 exceptional goals from Crystal Palace. But you have to be honest and say that it was probably our own doing. The first goal from Eze, I mean, we're literally just watching him. We're looking at him. And don't take nothing away from the finish. He's a top quality player, but he's one of the most skillful in the Premier League on his day. He's got to be one of Palace's best players. We're just leaving him unmarked on the box. And to be fair, we've done it twice as well. It wasn't like we'd learnt from our lesson. The first time we see it, and then the second time, all of a sudden, it's 1-1. And then, look, I've got to be honest with you, the second goal is very disappointing. Yeah, I'll start with the 2 goals because for me, it's probably the most disappointing part. Martin Ødegaard gets brushed off of the ball. More on him in a minute. But Saliba, what are you doing? Raya, where is your positioning? Where are you standing? So there's a lot that I'm frustrated about, if I'm honest with you today. There's a lot that I'm going to be questioning and querying in terms of individual performances, because I didn't see much from anybody today. I thought Thomas Partey had a fairly good game, and if I'm honest with you, I feel like we're going to miss him. I think individually he's top quality, but also when you look at him on the ball and how good he is going forward with our transition, I think he's great. But other than him and Jacob Kiwior, who I thought, again, I've got to say it, I thought he was probably one of our best players again today. I think he's been, in the last couple of games, better than William Saliba. But as to be said, very, very impressed with him today. And if I'm honest with you, William Saliba, that mistake now, it's alarming that you do that twice in kind of consecutive games, really, other than the Ipswich game. Very disappointing from William Saliba. Thinks he's got all the time in the world. And then you've got Raya, who's hardly in his goal most of the time that we're in possession. He's hardly in his goal. He's always standing in the centre-back position. He's trying to get involved with play. I just want my goalkeeper to be in goal. I just want my defender to be aware of his spatial awareness. And if I'm honest with you, I want my captain and my leader and my midfielder to have a little bit more strength than that. Now, take nothing away from the finish, because Mateta's finish was absolutely class. And to be fair, I thought he was a nuisance again. And he's the sort of player that we could actually do with coming off on the bench a few times for Arsenal. That is the sort of player that I want to be seeing Arsenal going for as a backup. Yeah. Now, a lot of people will say that they want better than that, and I'm with you. I absolutely do want better than that. But I'll be honest with you, I think Crystal Palace have got quite a few players that we could actually do with. I'm a big fan of Adam Wharton. I think, again, tonight he's a baller. He's got great passing ability, very comfortable on the ball. I'm a big fan of Eze, and again, we mentioned the goal, but actually his all-round play is pretty good when he's on it. He looks quite good, attack-minded. He's very threatening. He's direct. He's a player that's got a lot of skill. I look at Maxence Lacroix and Mark Guehi and think, yeah, do you know what? That's quite a good partnership. I actually think it's one of the best partnerships in the Premier League, outside of the obvious. I look at the fullback situation at Palace. I think it's very good and very consistent. I think they're underrated, both of them. Tariq Mitchell's been good now for a while with England. And at right back, Daniel Munoz has been, I think, tipped to be probably one of the better right backs in the league this season. So Crystal Palace have got great players. And I look at what they've done tonight, and I think, yeah, do you know what? They probably deserve to take something out of the game. They had a couple more chances. Eddie Nketiah looked a little bit lively tonight. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him. We know what he's about. But actually, when you look at it, I thought he was quite lively today. What I quite liked performance-wise from us was that we actually had a little bit of strength when needed, other than the Ødegaard moment. I thought Lewis Skelly kind of bombarding Mateta, who's a massive guy, just shows the strength of Miles Lewis Skelly. He is going to be a top talent, people, and I would not surprise me if he ends up in midfield. I was surprised today with how strong we went. I've got to be honest with you, I didn't expect to see Saka. Amazed that he came on. Expected to see Ethan Nwaneri. Didn't expect Rice and Timber to play 90 minutes. Thought Tierney and Zinchenko might have come into the mix. Surprised to see Marino completely rested, but fair play. I thought he might have gone a little bit weaker with that tonight, and I think that's probably what's most embarrassing. I think really is that we've gone strong, and we haven't won the game. Now, it's not to say that we should have beaten Palace because they're a breeze and a walk in the park, but when we put a team out like that, really it should have been enough. Let's come to some of the attack-minded players today. If I'm honest with you, I thought Declan Rice was a little bit more invisible than he was perhaps in the Real Madrid games, but we're talking about top-level football. I was disappointed with some of his all-round game, but he wasn't a shambles. Martin Ødegaard, however, I'm done defending this guy now. There's not much more I can say other than he was poor again. There's nothing about his game that I like at the moment. Individually, he's got problems with his confidence. I don't think he looks 100% fit. He's waltzing around the place. He's trying. Nothing's coming off. He's getting shrugged off. He's making mistakes. He's passing the ball away and giving the ball away. And oh, it was just a rough performance again from Ødegaard. And I've been one of these guys trying to stick up for him. I've been trying to say, look, he's not having the best of time. Let's get behind him. Let's give him some confidence. But if I'm honest with you, I'm kind of done with that. He needs to look at himself. He needs to either be dropped or he needs to actually go and get whatever is wrong with him sorted, whether it be, you know, no more pain injections, get through an operation, or whatever it is that he needs, because I need to see performances improve from him very quickly and sharpish. And I'm looking at him at the moment as a captain, as a leader, to try and take us through the PSG games, and I don't have the confidence that he can do it, people. There's nothing about his passing ability or his technical ability for me. It's just most of the stuff he's trying is not coming off. His decision making's poor. He never wants to shoot. When he wants to shoot, it's at the wrong time. He wants to pass it, and when he should be shooting, he passes it. And when he should be passing it, he shoots. And when he should be taking one of those type touches, he takes 2 or 3 touches more. When he wants to flick it and loop it over, it goes out of play, or it's just not quite good enough. His weight of pass isn't there. The vision's there, but it's not quite able to get it off. And I'm not having any of this, he's had a baby, so we've got to give him time now. His world's changed. It's changed upside down. A lot of these footballers have kids, yeah? And do you know what a lot of these footballers have? Because they're minted nannies that help them, wives that get up and like feed their babies. Ødegaard's not doing all that, so why the hell would we use that as an excuse for him? He was poor tonight. Sterling, what on earth have we bought here? What on earth have we bought? This is a player that hasn't had a good game since COVID. We're now in 2025. He was good for City, he was good for Liverpool, he weren't good for Chelsea, and he's been abysmal for Arsenal. It's been a poor signing. What were we thinking when that one went through? Whose idea was that? Who wanted Raheem Sterling? I don't know who did. I don't know if it was the best hairdo and Arteta could come up with. I don't know if it was Arteta who worked it out. He come out and said, oh, within 10 minutes I knew I wanted him. Raheem Sterling said, you're going to see the best of me. We've seen the worst of him. And when we have seen him, it's been pretty minimal. He's been poor. Running the ball out of play, hardly taking his man on, hardly making any moves or run, doesn't look interested, picking up a paycheck and just trying to do what he can to remain a footballer. I think he's done and dusted, if I'm honest with you people. I really do. I don't think there's anything good about Raheem Sterling's game at the moment. He's just been poor, really poor to watch. Then I come back to Martinelli, who I thought showed glimpses tonight but weren't great. Obviously went down with some great crosses into the box. I actually do believe when Kieran Tierney comes on, he just looks a little bit better. Kieran Tierney just gives him a little bit of space and has a little bit more 1-2s of him. It's a little bit more telepathy between them. There's a couple of balls over the top that he ran onto that Kieran Tierney put over the cross to him. Trossard, good goal, but if I'm honest with you, pretty much non-existent for the majority of it, if I'm honest with you. I felt we missed Merino tonight. And I'll say this, I think we need Merino against PSG up top. He's got 10 goals and assists in the last few games, and I think that, for me, has shown that if he would have been a January signing, we'd have been quite happy with that. So for me, I think we need him against PSG. Perform like that against PSG, we will go out. Can't make those mistakes. Saliba needs to switch on. Kivior, brilliant performance. Partey, good performance. Timber, yeah, I was okay with him tonight. Some people said they weren't. Raya needs to switch on. I need to see performances from Timber and Lewis Skelly like I did against Real Madrid. I need Saliba and Kivior to form this partnership that proves that actually their 10-11 games where they haven't been beaten is why we're going to go through against PSG. I want Rice to put in the performance of a lifetime again. I need to see Merino and Ødegaard work, and I need to see the front three work. But I need Ødegaard to show that he's got some quality, to show that he's got some leadership qualities, to show that he can drag us across the line. I do not want to be seeing Martin Ødegaard stinking the place out again. So we go into this PSG game. We've got a nice weekend off now. We keep everybody fit. We get everybody unscathed. Couldn't believe he put some of the players on tonight that he did, but you know what? Looks like we got away with it. Hopefully no injuries in training. We go again. We go into the PSG game and we try to lift it. And I'm talking about the fans. I'm talking about the atmosphere. I'm talking about the next level of us. Everything I want to be seeing is perfection. Go through this tie and we are in the final. Get through this first leg, winning comfortably, we've got a very good chance of doing it, because we don't have to win 2 games. If we win this one comfortably like we did against Real Madrid, 2 or 3-0, we've pretty much got 1 foot in the final, and that would be incredible. Let's talk about the final when we get there. Let's concentrate on PSG. They can be got at. They've got an unbelievable front line. They've got a brilliant trio in midfield. I'm a big fan of Ruiz, Vitinha and João Neves. And up top, they've got Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué and Barcola. We know what they're about. But defensively, they could be got at, man. Villa got at them. Rashford got at them. We can get at them. That's what we need to now tell ourselves. Have a perfect performance on the night, and let's put 1 foot into that final. That's what I'm looking forward to now. Big up, people. Make sure you do me a favour, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.